Greetings, Sasai. While I continue to search for the remaining blue dragons, I could use your hand in another matter. Alexstrasza and I are planning on laying to rest the remaining essences of Malagos and Sindragosa. She's held on to their lingering essences after both were slain years ago. Senegos said there was a time where dragons would be laid to rest in the Veiled Ossuary. Unfortunately, the place is a mess. He's gone ahead to clean up the area with Stellagosa. Could you aid them?
Senegos should be within the Veiled Ossuary now. Alexstrasza and I will be joining you shortly. Malagos and Sindragosa both suffered violent deaths in their lifetime. The least we can do is put their remaining essences to rest.
Alright. Let's go do that. So, yeah, finally, after threatening to do it for so long, I'm finally doing the Blue Dragonflight questline. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this. Especially because I get something special for having done the questline for Terragosa's Rest, which I am carrying with me. You know what? We should land and become. There. There we go. See? I think we get a more manageable version of this mount from this, which I will be perfectly fine with.
Grandfather, surely you could rest and leave the cleaning of this place to someone else.
Allow an old dragon a bit of nostalgia. I used to be the keeper of this place when I was younger than you.
Hey, Senegos, how you doing, bud?
We can help each other.
So, if you were around for the Legion playthrough years and years ago, that was 9 years ago. Senegos is the big blue dragon from Azuna? I think it's Shara's. Azuna? What's the name of that zone? But yeah, he's the big blue dragon that you help out there. Oh, no, go back. I appreciate your patience. I'm sure we'll get this place cleaned in no time. Here to help. Can you tell me more of this place? The ossuary is where we used to bury our dead. Us dragons could live quite a long time, but old age does eventually take us all, though the aspects play by different rules. I imagine Caligos told you his plans to put the rest of the essences of Sindragosa and Malagos. Well, we can't do that if the Veiled Ossuary is a mess, now can we? Alright.
There is great power within you. Use it.
Let's begin.
Wisely.
The Veiled Ossuary. I was given the task to be a sort of gravekeeper, which included keeping wildlife away from the area. I had a rather fun spell split up within several tomes kept within the place to deal with such pests. The other blue dragons don't approve of my reckless methods, so I had to keep the tomes hidden. Here, allow me to cast a spell on you that grants you sight to find these old tomes. Once they're all gathered, we can cleanse this place of the invasive wildlife.
May the wisdom of the Titan. Just give me one moment. The spell seems to have fizzled out. Well, I won't make you wait on this old dragon. Stellagosa, could you aid our friend?
Of course, Grandfather. I remember it well. Whenever you're ready, friend.
I like that it showed the interrupted on his
Greetings,
cast
my
bar
friend.
even.
I hope
Alright.
to see you again soon. There you go. The trail should be quite easy to follow now. I'll help Grandfather get to the next location.
Thank you, my dear. Champion, we'll be able to see what you see with this spell. Quite handy for extra commentary. I believe I may have put too much power into that spell to save young Caligos from Razageth. It's taking quite some time to recover.
you're an old man. The oldest living dragon, if I remember right, besides the aspects. Even then, older than some of the aspects.
These ancient halls. In the old times, blue dragons would claim a small location in the ossuary where they wished to have their remains sent. We used Dragonflight in Northrend as a final resting place when it was impossible to return to the Isles. Those who could make it back here after Neltharion nearly wiped us out passed within these halls. I was ordered to leave their remains undisturbed. I was the last remaining gravekeeper after that, given the task to update all the graves before we departed.
That was 10,000 years ago?
I was younger, more rebellious then. They gave me the gravekeeper role as a way to teach me responsibility. It wasn't until the War of the Ancients that I took it seriously. Come closer, little one.
I have so many memories of this place, though I fear I've forgotten far more than I remember. Yep, I got your Tom's bud. Here they are. I'm glad some things have survived all of this time. Alright, let's play some Katamari. I remember having so much fun rolling these creatures up with my spells. Unfortunately, I fear these old bones will not let me move as quickly as I once did. I would love for you to give it a shot. Let me live vicariously through you. The more creatures you ball up, the bigger the ball becomes. The bigger the ball, the bigger the creatures you can roll out. Speak to me and I shall give you my special arcane ball to roll up the creatures around here. Alright. So now we literally just play Katamari. Yeah, I really love this quest line specifically. It's not a short one, so we will be here for a little bit.
I spent so much time rolling up creatures in my youth.
Grandfather, this seems highly inefficient. Don't you have spells to clear the creatures out instantly?
Oh, my dear Stellagosa. When you live as long as we do, you must sometimes favor enjoying life over being deficient.
I admit the charm is growing on me a bit.
So dumb, I love it.
Very good. Bring the ball closer to the top tomb entrance and launch it into the sky.
Well, goodbye, I guess, forever. Just
if the blue
throw them
dragons
up there.
frowned upon your ball escapades, why were you allowed to continue doing it?
Malagos was quite amused by it. He even joined me a few times when time allowed it. And when he was a much more light-hearted aspect. The blue Dragonflight is but a shadow of its former glory.
Fine work. To be young
I
again.
believe it is time for a nap.
We will be joined shortly by Kalagos and Alexstrasza. Before that, I have a request. There's a tradition to have a gravestone set before your death. It allowed you to choose where you would rest when you passed. It was the job of the caretaker to update the gravestones and deposit the lingering essence of Arcana at the site. before our guests join us, would you help me with this task? Take this list and these graves, update the existing graves, and place the new ones.
The dragon.
Grandfather, why are you still tasked with updating these graves? Surely it should go to younger drakes.
Young Kalagos was insistent I rest. But I have been waiting for a very long time to return here and clean this place. These graves deserve to be updated. It is not good for the dead to be left without rest.
I'll open up each grave site, but I'm not going to read all of them. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Stella Ghost slain by Nightfallen. Oh man, the Whelpling ones. Saffron's is gonna be updated to be dead. Yeah. Well, Tarkosa, she's not 100% dead. And yeah, Madragosa died in BC. Umbral Skull is, yeah. Not currently alive.
I am the oldest of my kind.
It's my family and friends. Many were lost on Heltharian's betrayal. Some sadly were lost afterwards. There was a time where I thought about their faces every day. I must admit in my old age I've forgotten what many of them even looked like. Do not linger on that sad thought. There will come a time where I shall see them once again.
May the wisdom of the Titans guide you.
Of course, Malagos, that you may have heard, was the former aspect of the Blue Dragons. His mind was broken when the majority of our flight was slaughtered by Neltharion 10,000 years ago. Not so long ago, Malagos came to his senses and promptly sought to destroy all mages within Azeroth, believing they had no right to wield arcane power. Unwilling to change his mind, he was killed. Sometime later, young Kalagos was chosen to replace Malagos' aspect. Before the madness, before Neltharion, he was jovial, kind. Malagos and Sindragosa had many large gatherings within the Azure span. Missed those days of levity when laughter echoed in the mountains of Azure Archives.
There is great power within you.
Thank you. I believe we are prepared for our guests to arrive.
I believe it is time for a nap.
Preparations are now complete. Kalagos and Alexstrasza should be here soon with the remaining essences of Sindragosa and Malagos. Both suffered such violent ends. I heard even the last breath Malagos cursed Alexstrasza. And in Sindragosa, she was slain 10,000 years ago by Deathwing. And yet she reanimated by the Lich King and slain by adventurers. I can only imagine the state her essence is in. Forgive my ramblings. Caligos and Alexstrasza should be here shortly.
May the wisdom of the Titan. Here they are now. Greetings, Caligos. And to you, Lifebinder.
Ah, Senegos. I saw the remnants of your arcane ball. I am heartened to see you have not forgotten your old ways. Caligos, you may do the honors to lay the essences of Malagos and Sindragosa to rest.
Thank you. Sindragosa, Malagos, I am sorry it took us so long to give you this peace. May you have the rest now you were robbed of in life. It's good to see you again.
Alright, thank you for aiding Senegos. It's time to return to the
Watch
archives.
yourselves. The essences seem to be emitting some strange arcane energy.
It was not uncommon for powerful blue dragons to have their memories reanimate in this way, once they were put to rest. Stellagosa and I can investigate this. I believe you have more of our kind to locate, correct? The blue Dragonflight is but a shadow of its
I admit I forgot about this
glory.
phenomenon. Blue dragons who meet violent ends occasionally have some lingering arcane energy. That energy may manifest in various ways once their essences are laid to rest. Luckily, it is a simple enough process to dispel them. Simply wave anything through the energy and it will dissipate. I shall investigate the essences of Sindragosa and Malagos within this gravestone while you handle that.
How strange. Are these remnants from Malagos and Sindragosa's past?
It would seem so. It appears they were unable to truly depart from this world when they were slain.
I saw many strange phenomenon such as this when I laid to rest the blue dragons that made it back here from Neltharion's betrayal.
It was a tragedy that so many were killed, including Sindragosa. Even then, the Lich King allowed her no rest. It pained me to see her raised into undeath.
I could not believe it when word reached my brood of what happened to her. It is a small blessing that she did not linger for long in such a state.
Sindragosa and Malagos both deserved better. I hope now we have given them their proper rest.
As you look at the figure, the memories associated with it flood into your mind as if they were your own. You are risen from the dead. There's a figure, the Lich King. He knows your name is Sindragosa. You are bound to his will. The once vibrant personality you had is gone, replaced by hatred and bitterness. Hatred towards Malagos, who abandoned you. Bitterness towards the world that betrayed you. Is this what you've become? Where does the Lich King's will end and Sindragosa begin? Memory does not go away, and instead more flashes fill your mind. Abominations testing your strength, torturing you, preparing you to fight the enemies of the Lich King. Adventurers surrounding you, wielding their pathetic magics against your might. You were eventually destroyed, but not fully. Your essence was entrapped within crystalline form and handed to one named Caligos. You scream in fury. They believe you are at peace. They do not know you are stranded. Once again, no one is coming to save you. You are trapped for eternity inside this crystal. Just as you believe the memories end, it begins again, rising from the dead, full of hatred. Okay. The memories begin to seep into the corners of your mind. It feels as if they were your very own. Cast out from your fellow aspects, the great Malagos left alone to protect Azeroth from mortals. The others who do not understand what you've been through, what you were at the forefront against Neltharion. You lost everything, Sindragosa, your flight, your very mind, yet you still sought to save Azeroth from itself. And for that, your once beloved sister helped lead a band of adventurers to slay you. A battle, destruction of your very self, the sadness of your fellow aspects at your death. Yet a small part survived. They called it the Heart of Magic. They did not know it still contained your last of your essence. With great regret seeing the faces of those you once loved. Perhaps you were the one who betrayed them. You don't have long to dwell on this as the memories return to violence. Death, destruction, torment. That is all you know now, and there is no escape. The mortals and the aspects must pay for their actions. See the image of Neltharion, the former Black Dragon aspect. Memories begin to flash as if they are your own. You are suspicious of Neltharion. Malygos trusted him. They fought Galakron together. Together they saved Azeroth. Were you to go against that? You put aside your suspicions. It was paranoia to believe an aspect would become corrupted. And yet it happened. You cursed yourself when the fighting began. You should have taken a stand. You could have stopped this. This all happened because of your inaction. Sindragosa, the Azure Queen, would be no more. The image stubbornly refuses to be dispelled. Instead, more images appear in your mind. You are gravely wounded. Before you lost your sight, you saw the blue dragons wiped out in an instant. You're flung to the cold reaches of Northrend, far from your home in the Azure Archives, far from your intended resting place in the Veiled Ossuary. Perhaps you could reach Dragonflight, find your rest there. You call out for your love, Malygos, but he doesn't answer. You realize there will be no rest. You are alone. Love for the world of mortals is replaced with hatred before everything fades.
Come closer, little one. My eyes are not what they used to be. The Dragonflights will
That should do it.
rise again.
Well, it's odd that not all of the memories were dispelled as quickly as I hoped. Let us speak with Caligos to let him know we should keep an eye on this.
I believe it is time for a nap.
It's not unusual that Malygos and Sindragosa would have such powerful memories. From what I understand, their deaths were particularly painful, both slain by adventurers. Breaks my heart to think of Sindragosa enduring death not once, but twice after being raised by the Lich King. But enough of this old dragon's ramblings. Stelagosa and I will meet you back at the
May
Azure
the
Archives.
wisdom of the Titans guide you.
Okay. There is a lot in this quest, so there's not going to be a ton of talking outside of reading from me, other than when I need to go 10,000 yards. So let's go there. I really love this quest line. It was this and the Infinite Flight were both really, really good.
This world is full of...
Azure Archives will be your new home of the Blue Dragonflight, thanks to your aid. Thank you for your help. As you can see, more blue dragons have arrived, yet some are still missing. We cannot forget about them. I will also ensure that we find out more information about the strange phenomenon with the Malygos and Sindragosa's memories. Many blue dragons have returned, and many others have informed me of their plans to make their way to the Isles. There are a few key members of the flight, however, that I have not heard from. One of them may be able to help, Azuragos, stationed within the Nexus in Northrend. You, myself, and Sindragosa will travel to meet Azuragos. He has ignored all of my attempts to contact him from afar. Thanks to the Oathstone being empowered, Sindragosa can now travel further than ever before.
Come back.
I am quite curious to meet this Azuragos after all you have told me about him.
He would have been a boon had he answered our original call for aid.
Alright, we're going to do that next time, because I know how long these are going to take, so we're going to do one of each of the dragons per episode going forward. So, I'll see you then. Have a nice night, everybody.